earned him a lot of enemies,
Right.
Wyndham Clark. Yeah, it crossed the line yesterday, and we don't want to see that. And it has been creeping into the game.
Wyndham Clark just became a two-time U.S. Open champion. 6-shot lead in his pocket. Trophy already within reach. Then Sunday happened. Not a quiet coronation. Not a routine walk to the 18th green. A collapse, a hostile gallery, and a recovery shot out of deep rough that may be the single biggest swing of his career. We are going to walk through exactly how this lead nearly disappeared, why an entire gallery turned against the leader of America's national championship, and the one moment at the very end that explains why this win means more than the first one ever did. Honestly, I think this is one of the gutsiest closing rounds golf has handed us in years. Before we get into Sunday, feel the full weight of what Clark was walking into. This is not a player the gallery showed up to support. A year earlier, Clark missed the cut at Oakmont and had to publicly apologize for putting dents in a 121-year-old locker. Before that, a driver slung into a sponsor sign at the PGA Championship. 12 months of trying to rebuild a reputation, and when he arrived at Shinnecock Hills as the favorite, a lot of fans hadn't forgiven him for it. So when Clark opened with a course record 64, followed it with a 69, then a 70, and built his lead out to 6 shots, the gallery did not celebrate. They turned on him, mocked his tee shots, cheered his misses. It got bad enough that police physically removed hecklers from the course during the final round. Brandel Chambly, a man who has covered this sport for decades, called it the worst he had ever seen a player treated. Not in a regular tour event, at a major, with the trophy on the line. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the gallery was not the only thing trying to take this championship away from Clark. He was doing that part himself. Clark said he woke up Sunday with what he called a pit in his stomach. It showed immediately. 3 bogeys on the front 9, a 3 over 38. The 6-shot cushion, the one fans assumed made this a formality, started vanishing hole by hole. Sam Burns, 7 shots back at sunrise, caught fire. 4 birdies, 3 under on the front alone. By the turn, 6 shots had become 1. One swing from history, the wrong kind, the first blown lead of that size in U.S. Open history. Here is where the round stopped being a coronation and turned into a fight. 10th hole, a 347-yard drive, a wedge spun to 4 feet, birdie, lead back to 2. Burns kept coming, twice pulled within a single shot on the back 9, then the 16th. Par 5, lead down to 1, and Clark put his tee shot directly into deep, gnarled fescue down the left side. The kind of lie that ends championships. He said afterward he thought it might come out knuckled and wild. It didn't. He blasted it clean back into the fairway, hit his third to under 25 feet, and made the putt, led back to 2. That single recovery shot, more than any other swing all week, may be the reason he is a 2-time champion right now. Burns wasn't finished. A putt to tie on 17, missed. Another chance on 18, missed again, dropping to his knees as the ball grazed the edge of the cup. Clark closed it out on the 72nd hole, watched his putt settle 9 inches from the hole, and became just the 9th player in U.S. Open history to win wire-to-wire. 3rd straight champion at Shinnecock Hills to claim a 2nd title there. Now here's the detail that closes this entire story, and it's the part that gets lost if you blink. Clark's father took a red-eye from Denver just to surprise his son on Father's Day. But the person on Clark's mind walking off that green wasn't in the gallery at all. His mother, Lise, a former Miss New Mexico, died from breast cancer 13 years ago. 10 years after that, Clark won his first U.S. Open. Now, with a hostile crowd finally forced into silence, he had his second. He called it redemption. Plainly, said last year was a terrible year, that he left Oakmont in shambles, and that he was walking off Shinnecock a champion who knows exactly how close it came to going the other way. So here's what actually makes this finish stick. Not the trophy, not the record. It's that Clark won this after a year of public failure and apology, after a gallery spent 4 days trying to break him, after nearly handing away the biggest lead in championship history on live television, and after one shot out of deep rough that could have ended everything. And at the end of it, the people on his mind were a father who flew through the night to be there, and a mother who never got to see either win. So tell me what stood out to you the most. The collapse on the front 9, the shot out of the fescue on 16, or the tribute to his mom at the end? Comment your verdict below. This channel is here for the moments that actually mean something, not just the scoreboard, so if that's why you're here, subscribe, because we're not done telling these stories.